Elon Musk pay package getting blocked. Did you hear the latest update with that?
No.
Okay, so back when the pay package was voted on, I think it was in 2020 or 2019. But basically, the shareholders. So when there's a public company, all shareholders can vote on something, and so this was put out by. I'm doing a bad job wording this. Shareholders voted on the pay package. Everybody thought it was kind of like crazy goals. He wasn't going to hit them. Of course, he ends up hitting every single one of the goals to everyone's surprise. So nobody thought this pay package was actually going to get like exercised because they didn't think Elon could do it. Turns out 73% of shareholders back in 2019 or 2020, I don't remember exactly when it was voted on, voted in favor of the pay package. 73%. Okay.
Wow.
And then just last year, Delaware judge blocked the pay package, says it was excessive. It was not in the best interest of shareholders, yada, yada, even though they already agreed on it. So what does Elon do? He says, okay, whatever, let's just re-vote on it. And so they reissue the vote. And guess what? Guess what happened? Guess what? Okay, first question for you. Do you think they voted in support or against Elon pay package?
I mean, just maybe against. I don't know.
Okay. They voted for the pay package. So majority rule, Elon got his pay package reapproved by the board. It's still a question in the air as to whether or not he's actually going to get it. Because is the Delaware judge's ruling, does that override the shareholder vote? So there's still a question in the air there. But it looks like he's going to get his pay package. But guess what the percentage was?
90% for.
No, it was 73%. Exactly the
Again.
same as exactly the same. So 73% of people reaffirmed that yes, we want Elon to be motivated and incentivized. Dude, if I want Elon to own as much of the stock as he can, because
Yeah.
if he owns that stock, it's not going down, baby. He's gonna keep that stock price nice.
Literally, I was just Christian, there was some comment on that video of ours. Did you read that or critique it or anything?
I
You
couldn't
remember that?
understand it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking at it now and I can't understand a word of it, but
I think it was YouTube translation, like those
okay.
auto translate, because
Okay.
I'll bet you anything was written in a different language initially.
Okay. Yeah, I think most of our viewers would probably agree that having Elon have again just kind of more stake in the company, what bad is that really doing? I don't get it. I really don't.
Well, I wanted to, so I'd like to hear you just riff on this, because what I want to do is I'm going to find, there's a clip of a I think they're a public equities investor. Basically, they trade public stocks. I don't think they're a hedge fund. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but Calgary, I think, is the name of this fund, and they voted in favor of the pay package back in 2019, but then they voted against it in the most recent, and they've been outspoken about being against it. And there's this really great interview with Andrew Ross Sorkin, and one of the principal fund managers or whatever GPs at Calgary, and he just roasts her. It's awesome, because she's trying to use some corporate jargon as to why it's not a good investment anymore, and he's like, wait, but did you agree to it then? What has changed? You voted on it before, and now you don't think it's good. It's a great clip. So I want you to riff on it for a little. If I can find this clip, I think it'd be great to put on the screen.
All right, guys, we're gonna watch the clip here.
So one quick thing to add to this, it's CalPERS, and they're a public pension fund. So you got to listen to this. This is the woman who's basically, they've changed their tune on this. So let's do it.
Okay.
One is, and I don't know if
you can hear, right, Christian?
Yeah.
You can comment on it yet, which is we keep talking about what's going to be the next big controversial vote, the Elon Musk pay package. You have a stake in Tesla. What do you think?
So that is one of the proxy proposals that we will take a serious look at. The team is evaluating it. But as of today, minus the conversation that is yet to happen with Tesla, we would not be voting in favor of that proposal. We do not believe that the compensation is commensurate with the performance of the company.
Did you vote for it in 2018?
I believe we did vote for it in 2018. Okay. But this is about long-term value creation.
But hold on. Okay. But do you believe you were duped in 2018?
No. I believe we used the information we had available and made the best choice.
Okay, so here's what I find so interesting about this particular choice. 73%, I believe, of the shareholders voted in favor of it in 2018. A judge has said that shareholders were not informed properly.
Right.
If you talk to most shareholders, by the way, especially big shareholders, they say we were not duped. We understood completely what we were doing, and we were on board with this. Now that this opportunity has arrived on your doorstep to actually rethink this, if you will, there's a view that, oh, maybe we're not getting the value we thought we should. You thought you should get it, but he's worked, by the way, under the assumption that he was hitting the numbers and dealing with the contract. If I told you that you were being paid a certain amount of money in 2018, and then I called you and said, actually, you know what, we're not going to give you that money anymore, what would you do?
It's a great question. I would go to my board. You know, I would talk with my board. If this was truly a commitment that was made to Mr. Musk by his board, then they should follow through on that commitment.
So who is she and who's CalPERS? What's CalPERS?
So CalPERS is a public pension fund. They invest in public stocks and equities, and she's the CEO of CalPERS.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's saying that he should not get this pay package.
Basically, yeah. I mean, let's listen to the rest of her thing, because yeah.
But for
Feel free to
us,
speed it up,
how can they follow through if
they're non-binding proposals? So they could follow through. They have a choice to follow through on this proposal.
So you believe that the board could still pay Elon Musk?
I believe the board, minus the court issue. So I'm not factoring in the court issue on this. But for us, the reason we do the say on pay is that the company, long-term value creation of that company cannot be a spike in performance, because we've seen spikes in performance at Tesla. This is about long-term value creation. And so if the board is supportive, and again, I'm not factoring in this court issue, most of these proposals are non-binding, and the court or the board could make a decision to go ahead and pay.
That's it.
Yeah. So basically what she's saying is like, oh, you know, even though that we agreed to these metrics in the past and we voted in favor of it, saying like, oh yeah, if the stock price hits this, or if XYZ happens, the company becomes profitable, then this pay package is warranted. She's now switching her tune and saying, oh, it's long-term value creation. There's only been spikes in performance.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe that's true, but if you agreed to these metrics and these were the ones that you were like, you're happy with as far as granting the pay package, then you should honor that, right? That doesn't make any sense to go switch it up just 2 years later because it's in your financial best interest later. And that's even not totally, I would disagree with that. It's in their financial best interest. I think it's in their financial best interest to give him the pay package so he can, you know, have a significant stake in the company. So I think it's really crazy. And I think, you know, her explanation is crap, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like the guy said, we promised to give you this. Now that it's there, oh, let's not. Why? I mean, it spikes up and down a little bit. It's like, what?
Crazy.
So
yeah, I mean, you're telling me that there wasn't long-term value created. I mean, they've built like 5 new huge factories. They're churning out cars. You know, they've you know, they've released the Cybertruck. They're selling those. I mean, it's kind of it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the update on the Elon pay package. It seems like he's going to get it based on the revote.
Yeah, and let me I actually was able to find a couple instances of the vote here. So this is, where are we? I think it's this one. Sorry. Okay, so it's this one. Elon tweets on June 12th, both Tesla shareholder resolutions are currently passing by wide margins. Thank you for the support. So cumulative Elon compensation, 4 votes in the millions. And this blue line is the for Elon getting the pay package, and the gray is the not. And a guaranteed win is if he surpasses 1 billion votes, or I guess 1,000 million. So, and he's way over that, and it looks like the margin between, you know, for and against is very big. So he's definitely winning the cumulative vote. And then also in, you know, Texas is the other picture he tweeted. You know, the for is just very widely beating the against. So it seems like a lot of people are also in favor of this. So I don't think it's that. I think people are mainly for Elon getting this.
Yeah, I would agree.
So,
and you know, that tweet that you just showed, he's actually going to face some issues with the SEC. The SEC is complaining that he tweeted that out before, like the official numbers were posted.
So, okay.
they're
Interesting.
now getting upset at him for doing that because it
Mm.
obviously affects the stock price. Because after he tweeted that, the stock price jumped up, a few, I think 5 or 10%. So
Gotcha. Okay.
SEC is now mad at him again for doing that.
Wow.
And Elon's been very belligerent with the SEC in the past. He said he's like, I do not respect the SEC. I think they are crooks and criminals.
Yeah, he doesn't like them.
Yeah, he does not like them.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else?